Yo, what's going on everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to be bombarding you with a lot of information and concepts. So we're going to create a list of the 3 biggest takeaways. As long as you remember these 3, you will be a better Seer. So starting with number 1, you need to use a mic if you're going to play Seer. You're going to have access to so much information that you need to relay through voice comms if you want to be successful. You're going to be able to know what layer of a building people are in. You're going to know where people are around corners. You're going to know so much that you need to use your mic to relay this info to your team. If you don't have a mic, just go ahead and play Bloodhound. It'll be much more beneficial to you and your team. Now let's go ahead and get into his passive. With Seer's passive, you're going to be able to see enemy heartbeats from a certain range. I'm not going to bore you with specific numbers and meters because in game, that's not going to be relevant. All you need to know is that if people are close to you or in the vicinity, you will be able to see them. Even if they're slightly out of range, you will have a green little arrow, like in this video.
Oh, I guess I need to craft
like that. Down here. One of the biggest keys on Seer is to always be watching your back with the heartbeat. This brings me to my second key takeaway that you need to remember from this video. Always be using your heartbeat. It's going to provide you and your team with so much useful information that you will be winning more fights and winning more games. Personally, what I like to do is I like to slide and jump, and while I'm midair, I will look around on heartbeat. Now, if you're on controller, this will be a little bit harder, but that's okay. Seer is not a player where you want to be pushing first. You want to kind of hang back a little bit, let the other people with more movement abilities get in first, while you watch your team's back and also direct the fight that's happening currently. You're going to be able to know where people are, and when you relay this to your teammates, they'll know who to push. And this brings me to my next tip. Don't just willy-nilly use your Q. Now, Seer's Q is insane. When you hit an enemy with it, you and your whole team will see where that enemy's at through walls. You will also see how much health they have. Along with all of that, it also stops the enemy from healing. It stops them from using abilities for a short time. It'll stop a Valkyl before it happens, and it'll also stop revives. Now this is huge. This is going to allow you to take down so many teams. Let's say you get an instant knock, but it's kind of far away. As you get forward, you can use your Q because you saved it because you did not use it willy-nilly. All right, and lastly, we have Seer's ult. Now, Seer's ult is going to create a pretty large sphere. This ult is going to cover a lot of ground. It'll cover an entire building, even half of some POIs on most maps. Now, what this ult does is it's going to let you and your team see enemies through walls as long as they are walking, running, or shooting. If they are crouching, you will not see them. If they're flying, you will not see them. And this brings me to my third key takeaway. Throw your ult in a useful spot where it is hard to destroy. If you're pushing a team inside of a building, throw it on the roof or throw it to the side of the building where the enemies don't have a direct line of sight to destroy it. Make it as hard as possible for the enemies to destroy it. All right, and that brings this one to a close. I appreciate you all for watching. I hope you learned something new. Make sure to comment down below which legend you would like to see next. Also, if you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe for more content like this. There's a new Apex Legends season coming up, and there's going to be a new map and a new character, and you can guarantee I'll have a ranked guide for both.